What's going on, everyone's? We are here. We back in this thing with another episode of
Is My Point Valid?
I am your host, co-host, Brandon D. Stocker.
And I am Camille A. Stocker.
And we are Stocker Family Values.
There you go.
That's how we do it. Yes, indeed. And we are back with a fresh episode. And we're going to get this thing crunk up with. Y'all know how we started out.
You said crunk up. You went back to the millennial.
Yeah. We finna crank up.
You said
finna
crunk
get this thing
up.
crunk up.
Got crunk.
Yeah. You know how we do. You're Lil John. Yeah. But anyway, we're going to crank this thing up with what you know good.
What you know good.
What you know good.
What you know good. Okay. So this past weekend, we had a very, very successful birthday weekend for Miss Ava. She turned 8 years old. She's real happy about that. And we are so grateful for our village, for every message that was sent, every comment that was sent, her gifts, just the outpouring of love. I am very, very, we are very, very grateful.
Yeah.
We are so grateful. So, yay, thank you to everybody for that. Now, up next, we represent out here in Texas.
H-time, A-time, S-A time.
Last week, we was talking about Juneteenth and how Texas be on the map, you know?
They be showing up.
We be showing up.
Yeah.
But 10 black women from Texas will be representing in the 2021 Olympic Games in Tokyo, Japan. Some are from Houston. Some, they're all over Texas, so you just can't pinpoint Houston. But Texas is black women, okay? So, you scared me.
Say.
Blowing up things, you understand? Blowing
boom,
it
boom,
up.
Boom.
Hey, so it was 10 black women. That's amazing. I can't wait to watch the Olympics and see them. We were just seeing Simone Biles and some of her team for the gymnastics.
I want to say shout out to Sha'Carri
she's
Richardson.
One of the 10. Mm-hmm.
I just want to say shout out to her being her authentic self.
Yeah.
And not worrying about what everybody else has to say about how she looks, how she sounds. Because at the end of the day, she running past y'all.
It's not about that.
Yeah.
It's not about that. Because real quick, we're not talking about that, but FloJo, you remember she had her long nails?
Absolutely.
She was fast.
I'm tell you. Man, when she gets to that quarter of the race, it's like she turned on them afterburners. And then So
represent Texas.
Shout out to all of the Olympians from Texas.
Yes.
All of the black Olympians from everywhere. We represent. We definitely represent.
For sure.
Absolutely.
All right. So next up on my What You Know Good, I watched the Mary J. Blige My Life documentary.
My life. In the sunshine. Yeah.
That was a really good documentary. It was interesting to see her talk about her situations and things that she went through and how my life was. She was in a dark place when she wrote that album. And it seems like a lot of greats who their best album is like when they are
going through
struggling.
They going through
right?
it.
She was with Casey from Jodeci. She was on
and Casey and JoJo. For people who don't know who Jodeci is, yeah. I mean, most people do, but we can't assume. Yeah.
But she was on drugs, alcohol. She was just trying to numb away a lot of things that she had went through. And watching that, just I've always liked Mary J. Blige. And if you've never seen her in concert, whoa, she puts on a show. Let me tell you. You be like...
Oh, I was about to say I've never seen her in concert, but I seen her at the rodeo.
It's good. It's a concert.
Yes,
it's a concert.
I did see her, and she was in that thing.
I'm like, man, whenever she's coming back to Texas, Houston, I'm going again because she puts on a really good show. So with that, I just enjoyed her documentary. I enjoyed her story. I enjoyed hearing her side and her saying how far she's come. But it was just really about her second album, her second CD, which was My Life, and what she was going through and
how it influenced
because you got to think some of them songs on there was My Life, I'm Going Down, and then you was like, oh, she was doing, it all clicks. She was going down. It all clicks. So yeah, good documentary. So I mean, if you want to check it out, it's on Prime.
Feel free.
It's on Prime to watch. All right, so my next What You Know Good is last year we started Hemp de la Creme infused honey. So 1 year ago. Woo!
Yeah. Can we get a round of applause? Show you right.
So yeah, we started that 1 year ago. And today's topic kind of comes from that because we are not there anymore. 1 year later, we're nowhere near it. And so it's just interesting because it's like last year I was thinking, well, this is going to be big, but it didn't pan out the way I wanted it to be. And I don't have any mixed feelings. Like, I'm okay with that. That makes sense?
Absolutely.
Well, I have to be okay with it. But I'm okay with it because once we start talking in a little bit, you'll see why I was okay with it.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So, I think we need to go ahead and get into this topic.
I'm ready.
So, today's topic is going to be...
It's okay to pivot.
Absolutely.
It's okay to pivot.
Yes, goodness. Oftentimes, we kind of get stuck in the things that we feel that we should be doing.
Yes.
And what turns out is that is nowhere near the place that we were destined to be.
Right.
So it's important not to get stuck.
Yes.
In complacency. A lot of times situations are placed in your path to prepare you for what you have going on, what's next.
Definitely.
So I think like we were saying with the infused honey, I just believe that was like a stepping stone to get us where we were trying to go.
I believe, like you said, it was a stepping stone. I also believe that it was a huge stepping stone for me to get into business with you.
Absolutely.
Because before that, I was just like, I don't want anything to do with it. I'm okay if you go work this job, okay? Because I need you. We need to be okay. And I was never like, but when push came to shove, it was like, I have ideas. I'm doing this. This needs to happen. And so I think the stepping stone was me coming into play of being more supportive, being more hands-on, learning some of the things that you were learning and actually understanding, okay, this is what he's talking about. This is what he means. Camille, pivot.
Absolutely.
It's okay to pivot. So what is a pivot? When we talk about a pivot, because, there's different definitions of it. But when we talk about a pivot, what are we meaning by it?
Well, when I hear pivot, the first thing that comes to mind is a shift.
A shift.
So going from one direction to the next.
Yes.
Whichever direction that may be is a pivot.
Yeah.
So with the Hemp de la Creme, we took that and we took the knowledge and the understanding of that business and applied it to other businesses. So that was our pivot. So that's what I think about when I hear pivot, a shift.
Yeah, it's changing course or direction. We started out with honey. Well, I started out with honey. Brandon was
the CBD. Yeah, and I still do. We're still a part of CBD, but that's not our main focus.
Right.
Yes.
So when I said I'll tell you why that pivot happened or that change happened with Hemp de la Creme, because we still get questions about it. Y'all still do the honey? Well, if you want to put an order in, you can. You
definitely can.
But when I first started it, it was survival. You get what
it was like 20 in the beginning of 2020, I believe it was, or the middle, something like that.
It was
it was when it really got hard.
Yeah, it was like survival of what's a product that I know is good that I could put out, that I can vouch for? And it was something I was doing for myself.
So they say you don't necessarily have to invent new things. You just take two things that already exist and put them together, and that's your invention.
Yeah.
So that's initially what we did.
And it put me, I feel like you were already on the map. I'm going to say it like that. And it put me on the map. It's like people seeing me and like, oh. But then when I'm saying put me on the map, it also did like, oh, the husband and wife. It's Brandon and Camille. You know, like, so that's how we changed our course. And then I wasn't happy making it, fulfilling these. Like, I love fulfilling the orders, right? But it was just like, after a point, it's like, you're thinking, do I want to do this?
Do I really want to do this?
5 years, you know? And it was like the ideas that were like, I really don't want to do this. I know what I want to do, but I don't know. Like, this is helping me right now, you know?
And my thing was, I didn't want to get locked down in something that we would have to be in a certain place.
Yeah.
To fulfill.
Yeah.
So if we're catching orders and we're out of town,
and
we would have to figure that out.
And we really wanted our customers to have their product. We weren't waiting
as fast as possible.
Right. We weren't waiting to have like 50 orders. If you ordered that day, we was trying to have it out tomorrow. You know, we were being real like
customer service.
Yeah, because I know how I would want that to be. So that's our Hemp de la Creme. It has been a year. I'm proud to have Hemp de la Creme infused honey. I am so proud that helped me branch off and helped you branch off. And it also helped us meet people who I never thought, you know, like that.
It put us in certain arenas,
right,
in certain rooms that we normally, that we otherwise wouldn't have been exposed to.
Right. So putting yourself out there, making a pivot is life-changing. So I think we kind of said it, but can you pivot in life?
Absolutely.
Like the same way we're saying we pivoted in business, so I guess we won't touch it.
So my life pivot was just understanding that I'm more than a job. So once I figured out that they'll fire you at any time.
Yeah.
Your position is not secure. You have nothing behind you that's going to kind of protect you from being fired. So it's like, all right, they can get rid of me at any time. I need to figure out something where if they do decide to get rid of me, I still have a backup plan.
Yeah.
And that was really my pivot in life. That's when I realized that I needed to do something different. I needed to take initiative over my own life and just apply myself more than what I was. Because as people know, I'm a plumber. And when 2020, I lost my job because of the pandemic, and it was kind of a what am I gonna do moment. It was scary. But at the same time, I had people who were pushing me to do the things that I was already doing. So, I mean, that was my pivot. I thank God for my pivot, because if I was the person that I was 3-4 years ago, or even 2 or 3 years ago, then I don't know where we would be, to be honest, because it was a very uncertain time.
Yeah. Okay. So we're talking about the pivot in life, right? But then this just came to me, not on my notes or anything, but I think when you really start having faith in God, that's who's like really making you pivot. Like, I'm gonna go back to me stepping into making honey. I think that was him showing me you're strong enough, you're brave enough.
You're highly capable.
You can do it. You are just not, you are more than a wife, right? You are more than a stay-at-home mom. You're beneficial, not just to your family, but to other people as well, Camille. And so you have to have those moments where it's like, okay, I have to be faithful, or I have to believe in God absolutely, positively more than I believe in myself. I'm not saying I don't believe in myself, but you have to put everything. And then last year I had to put everything, I had to take all, like, not saying I don't trust you, but everything that I was so dependent upon you for, like, I had to realize, like, I was too dependent on you. I was too dependent on myself. Like, right? I was not depending on God to really just be like, okay, here you go. I'm giving it all to you. This is all for you. You take over, and whatever I need to do, I need to follow. And it's fear, but you can't really have fear and faith. You know, you can't.
Absolutely.
But when you are kind of, I'm not going to say we hit rock bottom. It was never rock bottom, but it was a time of like, what the heck am I gonna do?
What are we gonna do?
But I'm, what are we? Yeah. But I'm saying and when I say it was a selfish part, because it was like, what can I do to get out there and to help my family? You know, so that was my pivot. Like, that's all I'm saying. What can I do? Like, more, but then God was kind of like, help your husband. you really, I always help him. No.
Really?
Help him. Like, but I do. I be doing everything that a wife is supposed to. No. Help him. All right. And so, that feel like that was a moment of the pivot for me in life, but it was also a pivot in business. And it also made me see that I need to be by his side, because there was a lot of times where it was just like, you go ahead. Go ahead. But then God was still like just on me, just like, no, you need to be there. Even if you don't say anything, if you don't whatever, you need to be there. And I still struggle with that. So I'm still trying to pivot, through that and make sure that that's good. Right. So, dang, I'm like answering all my notes. We've encountered a lot of changes in our lives.
Absolutely.
Because we're talking about the 2020 year, and I think a lot of people had to pivot, figure out how to make
the year was a pivot.
Yes. But then I was like recalling the other day, like, 2019, you had lost your job too. Like,
yeah, but I bounced back.
But no, for you didn't go back right away. It was like a time period of us like just enjoying each other, and I feel like that might have been. This is me. That might have been a point where we should have been pivoting, but we were so. Then
we maybe would have been prepared for 2020.
But it can't be no shoulda, coulda, woulda, right?
Yeah,
and now you look at 2021, and it's way different from bottling jars of honey, right?
Absolutely.
We're bottling different things, and then also as you pivot, although you're finding your gifts, you still have to reach back into your plumbing situation, so it's never
the safety blanket.
Right.
Yes.
So, dang, that's a good question. Hold on, here I go.
Huh.
So, we have a safety blanket, but we're still pivoting. Dang, I forgot. Is that okay?
Is it okay to have a safety blanket? I think so. I mean, the security is always a good thing. Mm-hmm. Feeling secure.
Yeah.
Feeling like I I won't be put out on the streets at any given time.
Absolutely.
That is something that I think about often. So I think it's absolutely okay to because it's like this. You have to work that job so you can fund your business.
Yes, sir.
Until your business can fund itself.
Yes.
So you need some source of income in order to grow the business that you're trying to grow.
Absolutely.
So that safety blanket is almost a necessity.
Yeah. Until you can get
in a position to supplement.
Yes, absolutely. When your things can start going. Now, I don't know where else I'm going because we've pivoted. Do you feel that we will pivot some more?
Absolutely. I don't think. All right, so
that it will be. Will it always be like changing? Will we always be changing our courses or direction, or will we stay and? Well, now that we know what it is that we're trying to do, yeah. Do we stay, or will it just be our ideas changing? Like,
I think just our ideas are going to change. I think the format of what we're doing may change. Mm-hmm. The audience that we're trying to attract may change. Mm-hmm. But I don't think it would be a major pivot.
Not like
a change, a complete change of direction. Yeah,
to podcast media teaching. Like,
I don't think photography. So I don't think we're gonna stray too much further away from this because I feel like these are our strengths. These are the things that we were put here for. So I believe where we're supposed to be. Now, like I said, ideas and things like that may change, but the overall aspect of where we're at right now, I don't think so. But I mean, you never know, especially when you're walking in faith.
Lord, don't change nothing else.
Especially when you're walking in faith.
Yeah, don't change. I can't do.
And
look at me. I'm saying I can't do. I can. But
you absolutely can.
It's like,
but I'm just, I think it's a blessing to be able to hear that, hear the calling, because like I say in 2019, what we're doing now was not on my mind.
I wanted a podcast.
You did, but I wasn't even on board at that time.
Yeah, not at all.
So I wanted to teach. It's just like you didn't want anything. At first, you didn't want anything to do with the CBD. It was vice versa. I didn't feel like I would be someone who would want to be on in front of the camera, because I've always been a hobbyist behind the camera.
It had nothing to do with you.
This is true. And that's why I had to listen to what was being said to me and take heed.
Yeah.
And that was my pivot.
Yeah. Timing is everything.
Timing.
Did I ask this? Would you suggest it's okay for others to pivot?
Absolutely. I think you need to open up your ears and your eyes so you can realize what you really are here for. And the only way to figure that out is to
step out on faith.
Try
new things. Like we're saying, we're not saying quit your job. If you have a job,
you better not quit your job.
Don't quit your job until you can really have money coming in. Mm-hmm. What I've witnessed for myself is I have to work extra hard. And here recently, I'm pivoting again. Like, I think you can pivot mentally, right? Because I put myself in this area of I'm going to take a break because I feel like I deserve a break. But every time that I get going good in my break, something else comes, Mm-hmm. Somebody needs me. And it's like, dang, you need me? What do you need?
Little old me.
What do you need me for? And so then it's like, okay, so 2 weeks ago, I just had to come out of like, okay, well, this break ain't just gonna work. I can't, I can't turn off because things are just beginning. So now I have to like give more myself my ideas. I need to start writing down and I write my ideas down, but it's like, yo, I'm about to pivot again. And with all honesty, it's scary. That's the advice that I would give. It's really scary because it's like if you're receiving a word and you don't know how to execute it, but here's the thing, I'm receiving the word and then it's like people who know me will, well, I got this for you. And it's like, well, how you know that this is, that this is what it is, or you do this. And it's like, wait, how you know what I'm battling in my mind. Right. But, keep your safety net, but take that chance on yourself, because if you don't take the chance on yourself to pivot or change or move the course or whatever, nobody else will. They'll just see that, oh, okay, she's okay with where she is. I think a lot of people see that I'm not okay with where I am. Even though I've come far, a lot of people see that I'm not okay, and there's a push. And I think they understand, oh, she's getting a little lazy. Let me push her. She's getting a little quiet. I don't see her. Come on, you need to start being vocal. But then I'm also seeing with myself, like, be vocal, push, because
motivation starts within.
Yes, because nobody else is going to push me. Like, I already pushed myself, but like I said, I had went from homeschooling to helping Brandon to podcasting to doing a lot, and I felt like, okay, I got a break. I can't pivot right now. But God is saying otherwise.
Absolutely.
And other people are saying otherwise as well, but it's okay to pivot.
It is okay to pivot.
Ain't nobody gonna judge you.
They might, but who cares?
But hey, and you might begin somewhere and end up somewhere else.
Absolutely.
And guess what?
That's okay,
too. It's okay. You can look at a lot of billionaires. They didn't start off where they were. If you see people who created apps, them apps were probably something else, but they came up with something even better. Absolutely. So don't stop. And that's a message to myself. I'm sitting here talking to myself. Don't stop. Even if it's a little bit, even if it's just like, okay, I got on my computer today and I did one, while I'm working on curriculum, I did one curriculum. Part of the curriculum. That's something that's done,
Just do it. Do it scared.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because if the plan came from the great man up above, not only do you have everything you need inside of you to fulfill that, he will begin to give you the things that you don't have in order to continue to fulfill that.
Absolutely. Hey,
so, man, I know we always go back to getting aligned, but that's just what it is. I mean, I don't know how else to say it, but align yourself not only with God, but find the right people, the people who are going to push you, the people who are going to inspire and influence you to do the right things on the regular. So those are the kind of people we need to be around. We don't need to be around people who are negative, who are talking down on people, because that negative energy, it rubs off. It does. And you'll find yourself at home doing and saying the things that you've heard or been a part of. And I don't know if you're going to like that person you become.
You just gave me a topic for next week. Okay.
So, yeah.
Are you ready? Anyway.
Just get aligned. Stay focused, and it's okay to pivot.
It absolutely is okay to pivot, and it's going to be okay. If you put it all in God's hands, it'll be okay.
Put that time in.
He'll send you everything you need. I mean, you're going to have to figure out some things on your own, but he'll send you.
But he'll send you them people who already got the plan together, and they'll give you that plan.
Yeah.
So it all works out. Just stay aligned. Keep your mind on positivity. And yeah. So I think, yeah, that's going to wrap it up for our Is It Okay to Pivot? And the answer to that question is always yes. Just do it. It might be scary. Oh, it may put you in a unfamiliar territory. Mm-hmm. But it'll all work out if you just stay the course and listen. You got to listen. You got 2 ears, 1 mouth.
Zip this.
Open them ears. And if you need to, hold 1 ear so the stuff can go in and stop at your brain and not go straight through.
Oh, okay.
Huh. You feel me?
So I'm going to hold my ear all day because...
Yeah.
Okay.
But nah. But once again, we have come to the end of another episode of Is My Point Valid? And once again, we appreciate everyone who continues to tune in, continues to support us, continues to give their feedback on the topics at hand. We're going to continue to come with a new topic every Monday that is something, the conversations that need to be talked about, the conversations that need to be had is what we're going to be talking about every week. So,
heck yeah, I'm ready for next week. Look here.
She done already got the topic together. But nah, we appreciate everyone. Make sure y'all go to our page and like, subscribe, support us, and we'll continue to support you. We appreciate it. And
say ooh, ooh, ooh.
Peace out.
Bye, everybody.
See y'all next Monday.